Thanks, and you can shut the door. Thanks. All right. So today, what I want us to look at is that when we're reading, good readers have to think about not only what are the words saying, but how the words are formed to help them with comprehension. And one thing I notice about you as a reader and a writer is that sometimes when you're reading, you're just recalling words and not thinking about what they mean or how to write those words correctly. So today, we're going to take a break from looking at main idea and look out how words work and look at a specific spelling pattern. And we're going to look at the spelling pattern today that has the R-controlled sounds. And so what I want you to think about is when we're thinking about R-controlled sounds, the letter R does not allow the vowel to say either the short vowel sound and sometimes not even the long vowel sound. Today we're going to see how it does say the long vowel sound, but it changes because the R kind of acts as a boss and the R tells it what to do. So we're going to be looking specifically today at 3 different patterns. The IR, like in the word girl, has the I say an girl, or the IRE, which, like in the word fire, has it actually say its name like I-er. And then you also have the IER, like in dryer. So if you take a word like dry and change the Y to I and add ER, it makes the same sound. So you're going to be looking at words that are end in a letter Y but have an R before it. You're changing that Y to an I and adding ER. And then we're going to have some oddball sounds as well. So what I want us to think about is these words on this list. So when we're looking at the IR spelling pattern, like in girl, you will have words like girl and first, dirt, third, bird, birth, shirt, fur, whirl, swirl, thirst, and chirp, skirt, and twirl, like twirling around. And what I want us to look at is this word fur. Fur, you can see right here, is IR, but this oddball over here is a homophone, and that homophone is UR. So homophones are words that sound the same, but they are spelled differently. So the first fir with the IR is like an evergreen tree, like your Christmas tree, okay? The UR is just like the fur on an animal, okay? But then you have the IR, which makes the ire, like in fire and wire and tire and higher, okay? So when you think about those 2 lists, can you think of any other words that you might be able to add to those 2 lists before we look at the other list? Like if we're thinking about IRE or IR, can you think of anything else that we might be able to add to those lists? You can't think of anything right now? Okay. We're going to get a chance to add in a few minutes when we look at our reading. But what I want us to look here is you have the IER, and that's where, like I said, originally it was the word like dry, and they dropped the Y, add IER. So those are words like dryer and plier and flyer and crier. And so what I want you to look at with those words is even the meanings of those. Some of those meanings could be unfamiliar. Sometimes when you think about the word crier, you're going to think of someone that's a crybaby, right? But it's not that. It's actually a person or an office that makes a public announcement. So if you think back like Revolutionary War and back in time, that person actually stood in the middle of the town hall and made a big announcement. Now this person might do it in a court system. They're the ones that announce what's going to happen there. But in a flyer, you can see this is a flyer of a baseball camp and going to baseball. So those are words you might not know the meaning of. And then there's the oddball that make the same sound, but they're spelled differently. And that's going to be like fur and there. So you have these words, and pliers, you know what those are. Have you used pliers? Okay. So you have these words on this word list. And so what we're going to look at today is how to do a word sort. And so I have this sheet of paper for you right here. And what I want you to do is we're going to think about this. You're going to take out your cards, first we got to cut them. You're going to read them, and then you're going to ask if you don't know a word. Like if there's something you don't know, then you're going to talk to me about it. But what you're going to do is we're going to set them up just like I had it on the PowerPoint. We're going to have the heading, but these words go underneath the heading. And then one thing you're going to do is this is girl, and when you find a word, you're going to have to say the word and put it underneath the sound. You are saying and girl and fur so that you hear the sound, okay? Do you have any questions? All right, so go ahead and cut out your sort. I'll take your trash. There you go. Thank you. Okay, wait. Remember, you're going to make your headings first. So you're going to have IRE. Okay, and let's put that one over here, the IER. And then here's your other one. Okay, which one is that?
The IR.
IR. Okay, now I need you to find the heading words. Okay, what is that word?
Dryer.
Okay. What is that word?
Fire.
Okay, so let's talk about what you're going to do. So tell me the headings and the word that is the heading word.
The IR is girl, the IRE is fire, and the IER is dryer.
Okay, so it's important to be able to say the letter names, but it's more important for me to know you know the sounds, because in a few minutes you're going to teach back to us what you have learned. So when you're thinking about girl, is it the fact that it has IR in it? Because all of them technically have an I and an R in it. What's the sound it makes? So with girl, let me remind you, girl says okay,
This
fire,
is fire.
Okay,
And this is
ire too, okay? Right, so what I want you to do now is to go ahead and you're gonna say the word, and I'll give you the example. So I'm gonna say the word fur, I'm gonna say girl, fur, and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so go ahead. Say the word.
wire. Wire is under IER.
Okay, but remember it's the sound it makes.
IR.
Ire, good. Like fire.
This is the same thing.
Say the word.
Fire,
Okay.
and it goes under IR.
Okay, let's look though, and look at the
Oh
pattern.
no, it goes right here.
Okay, but let's look and say why.
Because it's IER and this one's IER.
So we have to, that's where the letters are important. Remember I said it's important to know the letters, but it's also important to know the sounds, okay?
This is crier and it makes ire and it goes under ire.
Good.
This one's pliers and it goes under ire
Why does it go under ire?
because it's I-E-R,
And it says,
ire.
like dryer. Dryer, plier.
Trying to pick up words. So these are all these words now. Nope, except for these two. Alright, this one's higher and it goes under ire, I-R-E, like fire.
Mm-hmm.
This one's tire and it goes under fire, I-E-R is ire. And this one it makes
What's the name of the word? It does say but what's the word?
I-I-R,
Yes.
and then girl.
But what is this?
Oh,
Read the word.
skirt.
Okay. So skirt, like girl. Okay,
And then
sound.
this one's third, and it makes I-R, it is This one's first, and this one is I-R, and it makes
Okay, you're saying it's IR, but I also want you to pull out the sound for first, girl. So I want you, in your mind, hearing those sounds.
shirt, and this is I-R, and it makes This is the first, and it's I-R.
But it's IR because it's like girl that says
And this one's birth, and it makes IR, makes like girl. This one's chirp, like girl, which makes And this one's dirt, like IR, which is like girl. This one's bird, that makes the sound like girl. This one's which is like, and which makes the sound like girl. This one's whirl, like girl, which makes the sound. And this one's
whirl.
like girl, which makes the sound.
Okay, and you're isolating the sounds, which is okay, but I liked it better when you were going, this is swirl, like in girl, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you a couple of the words, and I want you to try to think of a definition, or put the word in a sentence, so that we get the context of what it means. For instance, early in the morning, I heard a sound out my window. It was the bird chirping. So what does the word chirp mean?
Like it's trying to it's talking.
It's talking, but in my sentence, early in the morning, I heard a sound outside my window. It was a bird chirping.
They're like singing.
So, right. So from my sentence, though, how did you know what it meant? Not from your prior knowledge, but from my sentence.
Because it explains him saying something.
Okay, so I want you to take 2 from this one from this one, and 1 from this one, and do the same thing. Think about putting it in context so we know the meaning of the word.
No, I'm not gonna take it. Okay.
Okay?
Alright, I put in a sentence and then say a definition for it.
I want you to put it in a sentence, but the sentence kind of gives the context of what it means. It doesn't tell me, but it kind of gives me the context.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A cross-country runner didn't come in first, but they came in third.
Okay. So third means a
Place.
place. Okay, good.
Okay. Dirt. I scooped up a lot of dirt to plant a flower.
Okay.
Hire. You have to do a job interview to be hired for a job. You use pliers to cut and grip stuff.
Okay, so let's look at this one just a second. You said you use pliers to grip or cut things. I agree with that as a definition. That's what pliers do. But what are pliers? Is it a food? Is it a person? Is it a tool?
It's a tool that you use to cut things.
Okay, so can you put it in a sentence that kind of indicates that?
Okay. I had to use some pliers to cut some wire for our pool light.
Even I could say, in order to fix the pool light, I had to get a tool, a pair of pliers to fix and cut the wire, okay? So we need to think about it being a tool that we are using. Now, I noticed that you put these two over here by themselves. Why are those two over there by themselves?
Because they're, like, there it says it doesn't have the, like, iron.
Right.
Instead it says air.
Uh-huh.
And then it doesn't match up with any of these two. And then fur, it's the same as this one, but it has U and UR instead of IR.
Okay, good. Now, what we're going to do now is, now that you've separated them, we're going to do a speed sort. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep your headings the same, and I want you to mix all of those up, and I'm going to find my phone, and I'm going to time you, and we're going to do it a couple times.
Do I
So
have to say it?
yeah, you have to do exactly what we did before. So it's not, so look what it says. We're going to start at 0. When you finish sorting, stop, push stop, and we're going to record your time in your notebook that we've been using for the summer. And then we're going to see it, we're going to do it 3 times and to see the difference, okay? So I'm going to let you be in charge of your notebook. And so you are going to have to sort them and say them, okay? Did you separate them, or do I need to do that? Okay. So yeah, I'd put them all in my hand facing the same way and then be ready to go.
Can I say, like, chirp and then put it down?
You have to say chirp, chirp. Okay?
It's going to take long.
That's okay. We're going to improve, that's all, okay?
Okay.
All right. You want me to push start or you?
You can.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Alright, for first it goes, like, under, and then for it goes under, then it goes under, then first it goes under.
Okay, stop. You didn't mix them up.
Yeah, I did, look.
No, you didn't. They're all under the same. We're going to try this again. Sorry, dude.
I really didn't mix them up.
Okay, you're doing a good thing. I don't want you to go and say the word, though, sounding it out. I want you to say the word
Oh, so, like chirp goes under.
chirp, girl. Okay, bird, girl. It has the same sound, okay? All right, now.
That feels good.
I know, well, I would do good too if they were under all the same thing.
They weren't.
Yeah, they were.
The next
Okay,
one was higher.
we're gonna reset. Ready?
Alright. So I go swirl. Then
Just go swirl,
girl.
girl. Yeah.
Swirl, girl. Wire, fire, ire. Twirl, girl, Shirt, yeah. Girl, Earl. There's an oddball. First, girl, birth, girl. Skirt, girl. Dirt, girl. Bird's an oddball. Whirl, girl. Chirp, girl, like girl, and then and then crier, it goes under ire, then higher goes under fire, ire, and then fur goes under girl, thirst is girl, flyer is under iron driver, or dryer. Pliers is under dryer and ire, and then tire is under fire and ire, and third is under and then girl, and then bird is under earl and girl.
Okay, write down 1 minute and 22 seconds. Okay, this time what I want you to do, and this might take off some time, is I want you to say tire, fire, tire, girl. So you're going to decide, like, don't worry about saying and all that, just so you're going to be
Alright,
thinking.
so swirl girl, the next one.
Yeah, swirl, girl, then the next one. Okay, wait, we're going to reset, okay?
Yeah.
Ready?
Swirl girl, twirl girl, tire fire, shirt, girl. They're oddball. Higher, fire. Pliers, dryer. Crier, dryer. For oddball. Skirt, girl. Third, girl. Birth, girl. Chirp, girl. Dirt, girl. Whirl, girl. Flyer, dryer. Fur, girl. First, girl. Wire, fire. Thirst, girl. And then bird, girl.
Okay, 41 seconds. So let me tell you why I changed what you were doing. I don't want you, as the age you are, having to say and sound everything out, because these words you know. And so you improved by 81 seconds, okay? So you saying the word and then the fire, the heading word, is gonna help you, okay? So mix them up one more time, and this will be the last one, and then you're gonna play a game.
Wait,
Mix them up. You got one more time
no, but 1 minute and 22 seconds.
to 41 seconds. So you,
No, but if you, oh yeah, you're right. I keep thinking going to 100. Same thing, just left off.
yeah, just like last time. Let's see
Okay,
if
just
you,
say the words.
no, you gotta say the word and the heading word, okay? All right, why am I making you say the heading word?
To get in them, to, cause to get, this sound out of it, like fire, and then I know, iron, dryer.
Perfect. Okay, let me
All right.
reset the clock. All right, when you're ready.
First girl, whirl girl, dirt girl, fur oddball, fur girl, they're oddball, twirl girl, tire, fire, crier, dryer, pliers, dryer, thirst, girl, flyer, dryer, wire, fire, higher, fire, chirp, girl, birth, girl, third girl, skirt girl, whirl girl, bird girl, and skirt girl.
32 seconds. 10 seconds you knocked off. Okay, so I want you to tell me why are we sorting them the way you sorted them? Explain to me the sort.
Because the sort is it has IRE and it says ire, and that's why it goes in this category, and this category is IER, but it makes the same word, same as this, but they're spelled different. And this makes ire too, and this one is IR, and it makes
Okay, so, but the big thing I need you to remember is this. Wait, stop, don't touch them yet. Put your hands down. Thanks. I need you to think about it. When a vowel is followed by an R, that vowel says a different name because the R kind of bosses it. So like in girl, it says girl. In fire, it says though, okay? So, and then dryer, what is the difference between these two? Because it's the same sound, ire and flyer and plier. Why are these not over here?
because it's spelled different.
They are spelled different, correct. So the ire sound can be spelled I-R-E, I-E-R. And all of these words, what did we have to do to get the I-E-R? Like cry.
Oh, you take out a Y
And
put IER.
I-E-R, okay. So if you had to teach that back to somebody, are you going to be able to tell them that's what it means? Okay.
So on when you have
I want us to look at just these for a second. Okay. Okay, so
when you have IER and whatever words that go under IER, you change the Y out to IER
for most of the time, yes.
for most of the time.
Yes.
And but it makes the same meaning, but that's why you don't put these two in the same category.
Exactly. Because this one has I-R-E, and the E makes the I say I. Okay? So remember, it's just like that bossy E. Okay? Not the bossy E, the magic E is what I would call that. So what I want us to do now, though, is before we make something, I want you to reread this piece about Denzel Valentine, our piece that we have been reading on our comprehension days. And what I want you to do is we're going to make a part in our notebook, and I want you to see, are there any words that in this passage that follow the pattern that we're looking at. So you're going to read, you don't have to read out loud unless you want to. Bless you. All right. So, what words did you find?
First, direct and entire.
Okay. Read the sentence where the sentences up there where you found them. So start right here.
In the 3 years since Valentine had become more direct, that was one. And last season, Valentine experienced another breakthrough, his first trip to the Final Four.
Okay.
And as his game had grown, so his role from a backup to a starter to the centerpiece of the entire team.
Okay. I noticed when you read the first sentence, Valentine has become more direct, accurate passer. You wanted to make that word fit, like IR, girl. Like, but how do we say that word? Do we say direct or direct?
Direct.
We say direct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're good with where it is? No, you're not going to change it there, baby.
D-I-R-E.
No, there's not a... No.
Yeah. If it's not that, it's
Okay.
an oddball.
So let's talk about that. So Valentine has become a more direct or direct, accurate passer?
Direct.
Direct. Okay.
So it'll be an oddball.
Okay, so why?
Because it doesn't have that, like, sound.
What does it have?
It has the sound. So,
It's not I.
no, it's like
Let's direct.
So it has the I sound.
It has the I sound. But listen to how it come, like direct. Okay? I stopped it at the vowel. I didn't put the IR together, did I? The R's connected to the rect. Okay? So we have to think about those syllable patterns too, and I would probably put that in the oddball as well. Okay, so what you're going to do right now, you've looked at words and you found words in your book, in your independent book. And what I want you to do now is I want you to go on to Educreation, and I want you to make a chart and add some of your words. It can be some of the words from your sort, and it can be the words you found in your book that you were reading, okay? And you're going to make it, but then you're going to record and teach somebody else how to find what the IR, the and how that R tells the vowel, dictates what it does, okay? So I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead on Educreation to start your lesson. And okay, stop for just a second. Before you add the words, I want you to do the teaching now of what you've just done, and then as you add the words, say why you're adding it to that part. So you're going to be talking through and making your teaching moment as if someone's sitting next to you like me, okay? So you're going to start now with I have made, or the I or the the R. So I want you to start with understanding the control of the R and how this pattern works, and then add words and talk through the whole thing, okay? Got it? All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to push your microphone.
So I would do, like, to start off, I'll put, like, the IR makes and that's why we use, like, girl and stuff.
I wouldn't say and stuff, but I would even give a sentence before the IR says Like, why did we study the R pattern to begin with?
Okay. So I'll just say and then I'll say, like, girls, like, the girl ran down.
Okay, you can use a sentence, but let's go back. Remember how I started the lesson and I said, I noticed when you're reading and you're writing, you're not understanding how to use the spelling pattern. Today, you learned that the R with a vowel changes the sound of the vowel. For instance, the IR says,
instead of, because the R takes over the I.
yeah,
So, all right, I'm pretty sure I know how to start this.
okay. And you know what? There's no right or wrong. Stop it for a second. There's no right or wrong. This is your work. I'm stepping out and watching you do, okay? So it's all you now, Nick, not me.
Yeah, I don't think I know how to start this.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just start it. Remember, there's no right now. There's no right or wrong. If you want me to give you, okay, here's your list. This is what you need to include. So in your video, I want to know what is the spelling pattern, and that's control. What are your columns? Add words to your columns. And explain why the word is in the column.
All right, I know how to start now.
Okay, there you go. There's your checklist.
All right.
Okay, you got to push play on
This?
the red microphone.
All right, today we will be learning about IR, which makes like in which is in girl, and then we'll learn about IRE, which makes ire, and then we'll learn about IER, which makes ire too. All right, so in the first category we have IR, which makes and usually like you would think, oh, it'll make like an I sound, but no, the R dominates over the I, so like you would have girl, which it has IR and it makes, and then girl. So that's what it has right here. But like in these two categories, it makes the same sound. So you might you would want to think like, oh, they would go in the same category. But they're spelled different and they have one reason. Fire, it has like ire in it. But in like we'll have dryer right here. Dryer. And most of the words that are in the IER column are different from the IR column because they're spelled different, and usually they have a Y at the end. So you would take out the Y and you would put an IER to make that, like you would have crier. So you would take out the Y and put IER. All right, now I'm gonna use them in sentence like. The girl ran down to the ice cream truck, and the building was on fire. And then, like, my mom pushed the clothes in the dryer to dry.
Add more words into your column.
All right, and then you have fur. But then, like, there's an oddball with fur. It says the same thing, but instead, like fur, it's FUR. So they're two different meanings. Then you have higher. Then you have flyer. Flyers. Then you have then you have tire, and then you have pliers, and that's it.
Okay, good job. Like, I sat here smiling because you got everything that you needed to think about. You even thought about the homophones. Like, I wouldn't have thought about that. And you even told someone, like, most of the IRE are formed because they have a Y and drop the Y and add IER. So the thing I want you to remember today is this, that when you're thinking about the IR sound, the R is going to dominate, like your language said, and it's going to tell the vowel what to say. And it's either going to say ire, or ire. And you need to think about how it's going to be spelled, and think about the patterns that you have. And you did a great job even with your oddballs. So thanks. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Turn this off.
Don't you click the red button on the side?
This one?
No, like on the screen, he said you click a red button.